Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sagevivor. I know I say this almost every episode, but this time I guarantee this is a tribal council you've never seen before. Anything like it. There was 3 idols played during this tribal council, 2 safety without powers played, and 1 idol piece played, resulting in no votes counting and a complete revote, and somebody going home that no one would have expected, to be honest. I didn't see this person going out for a long time. Let's go ahead and jump into the tea and see what happened.
Hey everyone, it's Blueberry, episode 9 confessional. Making this before the actual auction, but after the challenge was announced to be an auction. So I don't know who has immunity, I don't know who has anything yet. I'm just gonna make sure everyone knows that. So, last tribal, I am probably really screwed. I was blindsided with the 9-3 Gumby vote. I'm not in the best spot right now. I'm pretty sure the only votes to keep her were me and Daphne. So, I'm just, trying to scramble and just, try and just, survive this tribal because I said I'm screwed. Apparently, someone threw the Under the Bus Alliance under the bus, which was, the main thing that, set people off into voting Gumby. I'm not sure who exactly was the one who did it. I'm either thinking James, Nova, or Donnie. If it was Donnie, that's actually, just so funny, but, I can't say anything about Donnie because he's, my only, shot at staying in this game, staying further. I'm probably the next to go. I know I've been saying this for 5 episodes, but I really do mean it now. For the auction, I'm not sure if I want to go all in for immunity. I probably will, but I don't want to, take a chance at it if there's, 3-4 other people doing it. Because if I show that I want to go for immunity so bad, people will, feel off and want me gone, even more than they probably do right now. So, honestly, that's about it. This is probably my last episode, and I mean this time, but, whatever happens, just, I don't know. I'm not good at giving speeches. I'm 14. I don't know what to say. Just, if you're seeing this is probably my last episode. I'm just rambling on at this point. Probably what got me blindsided in that. Oh wait, I forgot to include one more thing. Gumby had an idol, which and he gave me a not break piece, I have that. Basically it blocks out 1 vote, which might be useful if the tribal lines are 6-4. Or 5-4-1 with me, or I don't know, 5-3-2 with me and Daphne. I have no idea. I'm just kind of rambling on right now. But anyways, I'm going back to that point. This is probably my last episode. If I'm here next episode, I either pulled off something or they just don't see me as a target, which I feel they would be pretty blind to see that because I've just flip-flopped and flipped back on to Donnie's side. But if I am here next episode, just know that it'll be final 9. I'll be probably in a way better spot, and I'll be here to get to the final 3 and to win the game.
That was the most nerve-wracking 1 hour of waiting in my entire life in this game, and Vince still came through. He still got it. I'm so happy. I just hope that the pieces don't break. I hope nobody breaks them in time. I hope. We're gonna have 2 idols between me, Vince, and Craig, and I am so excited because we probably have the most idols between very few people. And I'm so excited, we got this. I am really happy. Vince really came through very last minute. I was really having no expectations that he was going to come back, and I'm really happy. I'm so happy for him. He really did us good. Okay, this is chaos. This is an absolutely chaos plan, but I think it can work. So, out of nowhere, Donnie used a swap, safe without power, so he can't be in tribal, he can't vote, he can't be voted, which is very, very interesting. Didn't realize that that was the one that Vince also won. So we've come up with this plan that Vince will use his, which he has now. He will dip. So me and Blue can't be voted, so there's going to be 6 people left. Craig is going to use an idol, and then there's the hope that Rosie will use an idol, and then there's going to be the 4 votes left. And we're hoping to get Nova out. They are the big target in this, and I feel like if we can get Nova out, then we could be set for the rest of the game, because Nova is the glue that holds Carly and even James together, and I think without Nova they're going to be lost, and it's going to be a lot easier to take Carly out in the future. The hope is, though, that we can get Daphne on board to vote Nova, so that that's an extra vote, and then hopefully trust Rosie. I don't think I trust Blue. It's really, really hard. He seems like a snake, leaking shit. I don't know. I do feel strongly that Rosie will play her idol, because I think she wants to guarantee herself safety, especially with so many people that can't be voted and the limited votes and all. But I think it can work. I do feel like this could be move of the season if this works, and I'm really, really excited, and it's going to be chaotic. Really thought that the last round with Gumby's elimination was the chaotic one, but it's going to be this one. This is going to be peak, and no matter what, me, Vince, James, we're guaranteed at least 7th, 8th, 9th place. I hope that we can beat Donnie, so it can be 6th, 7th, 8th. That would be great. And there's no guarantee we would be taken out like one by one after the other, so that would be interesting too. If we could get consecutive placements, I think that would be like so adorable, and all that. It would just be like really picture perfect, kind of showing that we really were together in all of this.
You guys can see me okay. I am currently on vacation in the Dominican Republic. I'm out on my little deck area to get some privacy to film this clip. If you hear the ocean, I'm not that far away from it, so it might be a little noisy. Hopefully this wind muff thing works. So yesterday we had the auction challenge. It went interestingly, I guess. First thing in the morning, Moonlight messaged me basically saying she wanted to go for the first thing, which was like individual immunity. She's like, yeah, I want to bid it. It would be a shame like if we both bid it and then, you know, one of us lost all our money. I don't know. It was kind of like, sure, yeah, maybe I want it too, but like she kind of came to me first, and I felt kind of like guilty about trying to take it from her. And I think she reached out to other people too. And basically said the same thing, like, hey, like, I want to go for it, like, you want to let me have it? So I didn't challenge her on it. She definitely kind of, like, used, like, the nice tactic on me, but she's my friend, so I'll let it go. But at the same time, like, she's playing the game really well, where, like, she's so nice that, like, she can just ask for things and then people back down. So she ended up bidding, like, $500, like, all of her money for it, and won, and nobody challenged her. And then the game was going. I ended up, you know, I was flying yesterday when the game was happening, so I couldn't bid for everything. So I saw the the last covered item, I believe, was up for bid. So I just bid for that, and then me and Kaylee were just going back and forth on it, and that was really amusing. So she ended up bidding 500. I was like, F it, I'll bid 500 too, and just see, like, by luck who ends up getting it. And we're just DMing at the same time. She sent me like the I'll put a screenshot to the confessional too, I guess, if anybody cares. But she put a screenshot of like the Hunger Games, may the odds be ever in your favor, and we were just going back on Hunger Games memes. It was just too cute and too funny. So I ended up winning the covered item. I was like, nice, look at me, lucky for once. And then Sage reveals it, and it's a shit pie. I'm like, I was just telling people I'll probably win a shit pie, and then I actually won a shit pie. I should have bet money on the fact that I was gonna win a shit pie, because I would have won that bet, you know what I mean? But I don't really care. It was fine. It was fun. Some people like tried to bet stuff and got nothing, or like Kaylee, she bet against me and didn't even win on the bot thing, but it's not like she was gonna get anything good anyway. So we were in similar boats. So then during Tribal, it turns out that Vinny had like he won some kind of immunity, but he's basically out of the game, so he's not gonna like vote either, so we can't talk to him. If you talk to him, it's like a violation of the rules. And same thing for Donnie, so they're both out, so their votes, I assume, don't count. So that leaves Donnie not getting a vote, Vinny not getting a vote, Moonlight not getting a vote, and then Blueberry's also not getting a vote because the covered item he won against Nova in a tie was individual immunity. So good for Blueberry. Me and Blueberry are kind of on the same page right now because we were both really tight with Gumby. So we're like, let's vote together. Let's kind of have each other's back. And I was like, that sounds good to me. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out who the vote is going to be on tonight because it only leaves 6 of us. It's me, Craig, James, Rosie, Kaylee, and Nova up for elimination tonight. I was talking with Blue and I suggested Rosie. I haven't heard back from him yet because it was kind of late in the night when we were messaging because I'm out on vacation. I didn't get back to like look at the game till after 1 in the morning. And then I was messaging back and forth with James for a while and I floated Rosie for him too. And he's like, yeah, I'm just kind of going with the flow, but like if I was going to pick anyone, it would probably be Rosie too. I don't know if I can super take him at his word because he voted against Gumby in the last minute when people were telling him to switch votes. But for now, I'll hold him to it, you know? So I'm tentatively floating the idea to people to vote Rosie. I'm a little nervous about doing it early because with the Gumby vote, it was all chaos last second. So that's kind of maybe my strategy. Like, okay, wait till 45 minutes before the vote ends to be like, vote Rosie, and like get other people like Blue and maybe James to tell other people to vote Rosie to add like emphasis on it. So yeah, I'm gonna like kind of tentatively float the idea with Kaylee. I'm not gonna mention it to Nova because I think Nova was the one that led the charge against Gumby. I can't confirm that, but he makes me nervous and I don't want him to uproot my plans and give him enough time to uproot my plans if I tell him like who I'm thinking. I messaged Rosie also last night. I have to follow up to see if she replied. And I was just basically like, oh, I'd offer you a piece of my shit pie if I had any left, but it was so good, I ate it all. And then I was like, also, I gotta give you props on how you managed to finagle that vote or whatever. I don't remember the exact words, but I try to like give her some props on getting out of the vote last time. She might take that poorly or whatever, but at least I was being honest. I was like, you know what, props to you, but I'm also like not gonna be like kissy kiss your ass too much. She can read it however she wants. But I just want to kind of maybe see what she's thinking. And if she asks me, maybe I'll just say I'm going to vote for James because I kind of already have James on my side and it'd be an easy person to be like, hey, I just told her your name. Like, don't believe what she says. Like, we're cool, we talked. So that's what's going on for now. And I'll chat with you later.
So, after the vote happened, there was a lot of damage done. Rosie and Blue now hate each other. Donnie is now pissed off that everyone was willing to vote against him. And Donnie now trusts me the most because me and him are viewed as the two outsiders when I am very much in the loop of just about everything going on. I think the biggest blunder was that Daphne was left out of it. And I actually felt genuinely bad for Daphne. I think she has put in a lot of effort to try to mend our relationship, and she is someone I do want to go far with if there's a way to do so. So, of course, Nova comes to me, and Nova's like, going again, like, who leaked it? Like, Rosie, did she really say that me and Gumby were leading the charge? And no, she did not, but I agreed because I'm not gonna rat out James or Daphne. And he just kept grilling me. Like, Nova was like, oh, like, why would you do this? Like, I don't understand. Like, I was like, whoa, I am not the bad guy here. So I had to redirect that conversation a little bit and be like, so we're in a 6-person alliance, and not only did you not tell me about this alliance, but you were okay with me being the split vote. And Nova's like, oh, well, like, I don't know what I could have done. I was just so scared of Gumby. Like, we had 6. Gumby is irrelevant. Like, I get Gumby had an idol, I guess, but all Nova had to do was tell me, and we could have thrown a couple votes somewhere else. And I think Nova thinks we're on good terms because I guess I'm just really good at playing like I'm dumb, I'm paranoid, I don't know what's going on. So I think we're okay, but I would be so pleased to get Nova out of here next round. It would really make my day. But the problem with that is I don't know how James or Daphne ever get on board, and they're two people that I do not want to burn this early.
Okay, here we are for miraculously another episode. I feel like I'm dodging more votes based on luck and circumstantial stuff than actually my input. But if that's what gets me through the game, then I'm happy, because at the end I only have to beat one person. And if that person played shittier than me, then I win. So I don't have to have all these flashy moves and control. Whatever gets me to the next challenge and next tribal, I am happy with. And if that means that I get to live because Rosie blows up her game, followed by Blueberry, followed by Gumby, and it ends in Gumby getting voted out, then I'm okay with that, even though I thought Gumby was my closest ally. Which he clearly wasn't. Gumby went around to people saying that I'm a threat and that I'm a target and that I can't be trusted, which is, to me, very ironical and hypocritical, because he was the one that was sketchy. But I'm still here. And that all came down to the fact that other people fucked up instead of me. And listen, I've played Orange before, and I fucked up there. Okay, I ended low places, and I've only made Orange once, and I don't think I can be proud of most of those games, because there was always a fatal flaw, which was my personality. And that sounds stupid, because it still is my flaw, because people still don't like me or want me out because of my personality. But I also learned that I can be very pushy, and people may find my bluntness to be a liability instead of something I can rely on, which is a power in my real life the fact that I'm direct and blunt helps me get through my daily life, and I need it in my job, and I need it with my friends, and I need it with my family. And that could be a societal thing or a cultural difference between me here in the Netherlands compared to stuff in the United States or Canada or Australia or wherever these players come from. But that it told me to calm down. It told me to not get busy into people's DMs. Just go like, hey, what's up, and that's it. There's no need. When people target me, I need to just trust my alliance. And in this case, people targeting me, and Mulan had an amazing plan together with Vincenzo, so I let her take the lead. I stepped back and I made sure that whatever I did of people disliking me, I didn't make it worse. This is all just reflecting on the last episode. There's no new episode stuff in here, but it does make me realize that I should be happy with where I am instead of how I got here. And that will tie in with something later, so that's why I'm mentioning it right now. So let's talk about this episode. This challenge and tribal are quite hilarious to me. The challenge is amazing. I love auctions, and it's always funny because it always comes down to the same thing, which is that people bid all their money on one item, and then they can get more items. And I think in the end I got 3 items, one for $100, which was a curse, which broke one of my idol pieces, which is a shame because I had 2. I only did a third one, but I don't think I was ever gonna get a third one. But for $100 I purchased a curse, I broke my idol piece. For $40 I bought the Ouija board, which allowed me to contact the dead for a full 24-hour cycle, which was honestly amazing. I learned so much from that. We'll go there in a second. And then for $360, I bought a safety without power advantage, which is amazing. For those of you who don't know what safety without power is, it basically means that you have safety without power in the sense of game terms, wherein that you don't have to go to a tribal council, but you also don't get to vote. Now I know that tonight's vote was gonna be 4 versus 4. It was gonna be me, Craig, Moonlight, Vincenzo versus Nova, Hallie, James, and Daphne. And Then there's Rosie and Blueberry who were floating in between on which side they want to be on. And I'm pretty sure Rosie and Blueberry were with us, so it would have been 6 versus 4. But I was a target there, and Rosie feels like a target, and Craig feels like a target, and all for great grounds, because we have rubbed people the wrong way, we've done things, we've said things that might not be in our best interest in the long run. So the safety of power is going to get played today. I will leave Tribal Council, I will not vote, and to be fair, from day one, I've had the intention to play for me. Don't trust people too much, play for what you think is best, and if this gets me from Final 10 to Final 9, I will play my safety of power, because I do not want to deal with Nova. Because a couple of things happened in this day that I want to talk about. So first we're going to talk about the Ouija board. I think it was great to reminisce with all these old players that got voted out. I never really knew a lot of them. Chelsea was there, who didn't speak. Snowy was there, who didn't speak. Chase was there, who I mostly relayed messages to from Moonlight and other players because they know him. But there were 3 people who I did know. One was David, who I had good contact with, but I also never had to vote with, so it was hard to build trust around, which made it also that he and I were just friends. There was no point of us not trusting each other because there was never a reason to, so it was nice to see him. And there was Mia, who apparently doesn't like me, which is fine. People are allowed to not like me, but we talked it through. I told her, or I asked her what was wrong, and she just didn't like the fact that I came very strong at her about Rosie. Which is fair, because I came really strong against Mia about Rosie. Because what Rosie did just bothered me so much and frustrated me so much to a point that I had to ventilate it. And I thought I had this friendship or communication bond with Mia where I felt like I could tell her everything, which included me basically just word vomiting Rosie to Mia. And Mia felt like I attacked Rosie's character, and she didn't respect that. She was fine with people not agreeing with people's game moves, but she wasn't okay with attacking other people's character, which is ironic to me because me ranting about Rosie to Mia is my character and not my game move, and she didn't like me for my character, which she said she would never do. Then again, we've learned that Mia is impulsive to a fault where and it's a shame because I really like Mia and I think Mia is intelligent and very funny. But sometimes she just says things where I go like, okay, yeah, if that's how you view the world, then it must be a hard world for you to live in. But the most important part of the Ouija board was talking to Gumby, and Gumby spilled all the beans. And a couple of things that stood out, most of all, is that Nova really wants me out. Like, he doesn't like me, and that's amazing. That's awesome. I don't need Nova to like me, because I think that Nova is a person who has one of the highest level of insecurities that I've ever seen in a person with the lowest level of self-awareness. That's just how Nova is, and that's fine, but I don't intend to work with that, and I don't intend to talk with that, which comes down to my last point that I want to talk about, which is how Nova handled the Gumby vote. So as far as I know, Nova was in charge of the Gumby vote together with James, because Gumby made an alliance with all the people that wanted Rosie out and me, who also wanted Rosie out. But because Nova and James don't like me, they were mad at Gumby for including me in that alliance. So James and Nova had the great idea to vote Gumby out. Hey, if that gets off my back, I'll happily join. So I went with Gumby, but we already talked about that in the last episode. And then the next day, Nova isn't feeling too good. He's mentally drained, he's mentally exhausted, game's getting to him because his ally was voted out. And that makes me really mad. Because 1, you were in charge of that, 2, you voted them out, and 3, you are telling this to the person you were ready to vote out an hour before the deadline. Don't come at me with your, oh, I'm so sad. Yeah, dude, so was I for like 20 hours, and then I picked up my game, and your closest ally got voted out because you were too too stressed out to make a conscious decision. So no, I don't sympathize for you. I'm sorry, I can't sympathize with that. I really hope that tonight Nova gets voted out. And that should be possible because Vincenzo played Safety Without Power, I played Safety Without Power, so we're out. Blueberry's in, who has individual immunity. Moonlight's in, who has individual immunity, and Rosie and Craig are in. And as far as I know, they both have an idol. So if they both play it, they got a fight. Oh right, yeah. You guys remember how Rosie and I kept fighting? That's our arc. We just fight. I gave her my idol piece because I need her on my side, and I think that this idol piece would give her a full idol with Craig's idol piece. So now she has a full idol thanks to me and Craig. I hope she plays it tonight to get Nova out. That would be awesome. Oh man, if Nova goes out, that would be like so amazing. It'll be really great. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
What's up? It's currently 1 a.m. in the morning. I don't know why it took this long to take a video confessional, but here I am. So, if I say some weird stuff, no, I'm not gonna say like weird stuff. If I mess up what I say, don't be surprised. Anyways, this is like episode 9 confessional, part 1, I think. I'm not too sure. But yeah, let's talk about it. We had the auction today. Just I low-key called it. I told someone that there was gonna be an auction. It happened, so it's pretty cool. I was really hyped for this because I really wanted like an advantage, something I could use in this game that like actually helped me. But turns out it didn't get much. I mean, I didn't want to be the guy to get like a whole bunch of things. I also just didn't want to like, I don't know, to spend too much time on competition. So I put all my marbles in one basket, and then I was stuck with an idle piece nullifier, or like an idle piece. I don't know, like I get rid of one person's idle piece. It was played on me from now on up at that like a while ago, but I never had an idle piece to begin with, so it didn't matter. Basically, I just pick someone, and if they have an idle piece, I can get rid of it. Not that bad. Definitely wish I'd bought something else. Like, if I could have just waited 2 more, I could have got that safety without power. That'd have been so clutch. Safety without power is such a good advantage to have. It is what it is, though. Can't do anything about it now, so yeah. About the challenge, though, it was crazy. I mean, first off, we have Donnie getting 3 whole advantages. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. At first, I was like, Donnie, you're an idiot for not going for immunity, because he knew his name was on the chopping block. But somehow he managed to win item 6, uncovered item 6. I don't know how he got that personally. I thought Vince had that in the bag because he had way more money than him. Somehow they both ended up getting it, which is crazy. And Donnie ended up getting that safety without power. Which turns out it worked out for him. He still has 2 more advantages left, so it's good for him. Good for Donnie. Even though it kind of screws up everyone's plans now because Donnie would have gone. So yeah. Now, other cool thing about the challenge is fucking Blueberry's pissed at Nova because Blueberry, he had school and stuff. He was like, I'm just gonna play everything on this one item. And then Nova was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna put 500 too and see where it goes. I have no clue why Nova did that. He like basically just made an enemy out of doing that. Blueberry's pissed and Blueberry ended up winning it too, which is kind of funny. So Nova did that. Nova did that for nothing. Crazy. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Then Kali and Daphne both put up all their money just for Daphne to get a shit pie. That's pretty funny. Pretty fucking funny. Can't lie. Let's see who else got advantages. I know Rochi got the idol piece. I don't know why Rochi was going for that. Either they were super busy today or did they already have an idol piece and want another. I'm not too sure. And another crazy part that happened is Vince getting 2 idol pieces for $20 whole. That's absurd. That was just, nobody expected there to be something after the first idol piece. Even though it doesn't make sense now, there's an extra hour of the auction. There's an extra hour of the auction left. I kind of assumed Sage did that for a reason. I thought you could just like maybe buy extra idol search grids. Thought that was the case. It's not the case. It was 2 whole idol pieces. And yeah, I think with Vince getting that puts a huge target on his back, bro. Having 2 idol pieces and having everyone know about that is basically like in Survivor, having like everyone know you have an idol. You don't want that to happen. Because honestly, it's like a double-edged sword. Like, he's really close to getting an idol. At the same time, everyone knows about it, and everyone's going to try to flush it. And the hard part about flushing stuff in this game, in this season, is that if you vote someone out, and they have something in their possession, when they get out, they just put it back in the game, and they pick who gets it back. I know this because when Chelsea was voted out, she gave me an idol piece, which was long gone. And then I know that also when Snowy was voted out, he ended up getting an advantage from the hotel challenge or whatever. And I was told from, I believe, Craig or maybe someone else, before everything happened, he had an idol nullifier. I was told that from somehow, some way. And then it turns out that Blueberry, for some reason, he exposes he has an idol nullifier. He was saying he was going to use it to get rid of Donnie, which is like the stupidest thing ever. He exposed it to like lots of people, which is crazy to me. And you know, there's never gonna be 2 whole idol nullifiers just laying around in the game. So obviously, when you get voted out, give your stuff back to people in the game. Only makes logical sense. That being said, though, I think there's got to be some way to convince Vince to use his idol that I'll eventually get. There's got to be a way. And that's something that's gonna have to happen in the future because nobody wants a person just chilling with an idol. Never a good feeling because they can do so much with that. They can flip the vote on you. They can make a huge ass move with an idol. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's about it about the challenge. Regarding this vote, though, despite there being 2 people that played their safety without power, which honestly, I think it was a very smart move for Vince to play his safety without power. He's not gonna be online for like the next 2 days because he's in New York on a trip or something, and like the fact that Donnie exposed that he also has one means it's just a bigger target on Vince's back, so getting rid of that means everyone knows he doesn't have it anymore. And on top of that, he also has a bigger target with the 2 idol pieces, so I think it was smart for him to play it. Same with Donnie, I mean, he's the biggest threat here, so. But yeah, with this current tribal, there's 2 people immune, and Blueberry and Moonlight, and then 2 people are gone. So there's only 6 people that can receive votes. 3 of which are the Bobos, me, Nova, Kali. Then you have Craig, who I'm really close to. I want to keep him in the game until I can eventually blindside him. And then there's Daphne and Roshi, and that's basically like who the vote's gonna come down to. It's gonna be Roshi or Daphne. Here's the way I see it. on one hand, we all know Daphne's a huge threat. She knows how to play the game. She's always up for a big move. Roshi's a wild card. She exposed an alliance for no reason, not tribal council, and put the whole target on her. And she's also like just never active. So if we're going for easy vote, who's the easiest person to get out? It's Rochi. I mean, it pisses the people. It pisses the least amount of people off to getting Rochi out. But on the other hand, Daphne's a huge threat. I know Craig has been wanting Daphne out for a while, and he's gonna push that. But me personally, I have to get Rochi out because that's not someone I want to bring down the line. They're gonna come after me. With Daphne, I've been able to mend our relationship decently enough to the point where if I need Daphne as a move and she's on the bottom where she has been for a while, if I approach her, be like, yo, let's do this. I wouldn't be saying this unless I really meant it. But no, I think she'd believe me. I think she'd work with me. I think if two people have common interests, then you can trust them. And I think I can do that with Daphne. She's willing to do what it takes. I think keeping Daphne is smart. At least for my game. Yeah. I think with the advantage I'm counting, maybe it's definitely not the best to use right now. I think it's gonna be very useful later down the line when like someone might have an idol, potentially. Because hear me out. If idol pieces keep on getting passed on when someone gets voted out with one, at the end, like Final 6, Final 5, there's gonna be like a decent amount of people with an idol piece, at least I think. Unless they get cursed, which could also happen. I think there's gonna be a decent amount. So I could use it for down the line, or I could use it as collateral. Like let's say I wanna make a move with somebody, but they don't really trust me. I'm like, yo, I know you might not trust me, but I'll give you this advantage. Be like, yeah, I'll work with you. Here's proof that I wanna work with you by getting you this advantage. That way, if I use my advantage as collateral, that way people trust me more if I want to, and it helps me get my way in a vote in the future. Just kind of my strategy with it. I think it's not a bad strategy. So yeah. That's about it though. I mean, nothing much else to talk about. Should not be a concern tonight for tribal council. I don't think I'll be going home. I know I have a big target on my back. Actually, I don't have too big of a target on my back, but Gumby calling me out, winning 2 straight immunities. My target level's up there, so something I'm out to live with. Also, I don't know how many people have noticed this. It could just be me. Maybe everyone else knows this, and I'm just like the last one to find out. But bro, every single person that's been voted out is actually gonna vote for like the winner. I remember during the cast reel, Sage told us that this season, the Island of the Dead quiz is gonna work exactly like Edge of Extinction. Me, I didn't watch that season of Survivor, so I didn't know exactly what it was. I knew kind of what it was, but that was about it. So yeah, but since I realized that with Gumby, he didn't go to the jury, he didn't go to Ponderosa, he went to the Island of the Dead, and it's merged. So that can only mean that everyone who's been voted out so far gets a vote. That's crazy. That changed the entire fucking game. Like, what? Dude, I feel like there's no way that people don't know this. At the same time, I told Craig, and he was like, bro, that's wild. I did not know that. I think everyone also is just assuming it's a jury. It's crazy. Mind blowing. Mind blowing. I had something else to say. I forgot that. Give me like one moment to think. I was gonna say something. Yeah, also, I realized it's a Final 3, not a Final 2. For some reason, when I looked at the prize lists, it was like winner gets $100. runner-up gets $50. I assumed that because of that, runner-ups is like there can only be a second place and a first place, and there's no third place. I thought it was a final two. Then I looked back at the cast review. It said that something about 17 players getting voted out, and that kind of like certified as a final three. I was like, damn, did not know that. So yeah, good to know. I think I'm in a solid position now. I think currently, if I can just keep on getting past these votes and get to the point where I can get to like a final 7 with my Boba's Alliance, we're good. At the same time though, I've had 2 people come up to me and be like, yo, I don't trust Nova. So I think once I get down the line, I'm gonna have to take out Nova. Because I don't see myself beating. Actually, I could beat Nova, but at the same time, Nova is kind of seen as a bigger player in this game so far. I remember Craig came up to me, he was like, yo, bro, I don't trust Nova at all. I didn't understand the reason why. It was something about like all the chaos that happened last tribal. Nova didn't go about it correctly or something, I'm not too sure. But Craig doesn't trust Nova, and then Daphne also doesn't trust Nova. I think it was because of the fact that, when the whole alliance was leaked or something, Nova didn't tell Daphne. I'm not really sure, but I know they both don't trust Nova. I think, Daphne thinks Nova led the whole charge on Gumby, which honestly was pretty true. Even though I played a pretty big part in it, Daphne does not have to know that. Not one bit. And if she thinks Nova was in charge of it, fine by me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is the end of my 1 a.m. confessional. I'm sorry it's so long. It's not me for it to be this long. I'm just very, very tired. Peace.
Okay, so hey y'all, I'm in my car right now because I literally don't have a house. So yeah, I'm gonna do my confessional here because so many things has happened and I just need to share it with you. So we had the auction, and to be honest, I kind of slayed. I've won not 1, not 2, but 3 advantages. So basically, unlike everybody else, I wasn't greedy and I literally was the only one still having money for the last advantage, and it was a surprise one, and it was 2 idle pieces. The other thing that I won is a safety without power advantage, and Donnie got it too because there was a bit of a problem between, they didn't really know who had it, so they just gave it to both of us while everyone was just spending a ton of money for shit buys. I won 3 advantages by just waiting and not being too greedy. To be honest, it's mostly because I had no Wi-Fi all day, so I didn't have the chance to be greedy, because I would have been, So now, as soon as I go to my hotel room, right now I'm literally in the parking lot because I cannot talk in my hotel room because people are sleeping. But as soon as I put a step in my hotel room and I put the Wi-Fi, I go on Discord and I see all these messages, all these missed calls for Moonlights. Everybody was just spamming me, and I was like, what's going on? And everybody was like, there's a last advantage, play your money, you're the only one who has money left. So I was like, wait, me? Did y'all really just spend all of your money? Are y'all really broke? I just put $20 and I had the 2 idle pieces. And so now Moonlight's calling me, and she was like, give your pieces to me or to Craig, because some people may have a piece breaker and they will break your pieces. So I was a bit like, hold on, are y'all really trying to pull this shit on me? But I don't know. So I did it. I gave them to Craig, and I really don't know if I can regret this. But I don't know, man. I knew Craig already had 1 piece, and everybody knew I had the 2 pieces, so it was less dangerous if I just gave my 2 pieces to Craig, and now we have an idol to share. So we did a voice chat, me, Moonlight, and Craig. They had so many info to tell me, and I wasn't on for the entire day. So they just had to like give me all the tea because I knew nothing basically. And so, you know, Donnie, he gained this advantage that made him be able to talk to the dead. And like, that's like, what the hell? Am I right? Like, he can talk to the dead, and we don't even know if it's like for only 24 hours or if it's like forever. But if it's forever, like, what? This is a big advantage. And like, the fact that Donnie has it, like, he may be with us for now, but is he trustworthy? I don't think so. So yeah, so Donnie can talk to the dead, and apparently he talked with Gumby, and Gumby told him all these informations that I'm about to tell you. But like, the thing is, can we trust Gumby? Like, we can't trust Gumby. That's why he's out. I know Donnie and Gumby were pretty close before the Gumby vote, so maybe we can believe what Gumby told Donnie. Coming from Gumby, Callie, James, and Nova, they think they're the strongest alliance in this game. And I'm not sure if Daphne's with them, but like, Gumby apparently told Donnie that Daphne wasn't really with them anymore. But you know, Gumby and Daphne were pretty close, so maybe he's just trying to defend and protect Daphne. I don't know. So basically, Donnie just shit-talked James, Callie, and Nova, and then he used his safety without power and he dipped. So, you know, he just bring the chaos and he left. I have to give this to Donnie. That was a great move, because, you know, he's just stirring the pot and then he's not part of it. And so now, you know, back in the voice chat, like, you guys, we came up with a mastermind plan, and it's a bit messy. Well, it's a lot messy. Like, it's really messy. Like, to be honest, like, that's the only thing this plan is. It's messy. But let me explain to you. So, you know, now Craig has one idol. Moonlight has immunity because she won immunity in the auction. Blueberry also won immunity in the auction. And apparently, because, you know, I'm pretty sure it's true, but like, I'm just gonna keep saying apparently, because if I'm wrong, then like, at least I said apparently. So yeah, so and apparently now Rossi has an idol too, and so the plan would be that I dip with my safety's power, Craig plays his idol, and Rossi plays her idol too. So now the only person left eligible for votes are Daphne, Nova, James, and Callie. What does that mean? They'll need to come at each other's throats. So, you know, that's pretty devious, that's pretty chaotic, and we really need to throw a fucking bowling ball on these pins. So yeah, I chose to play my safety without power. And I know it's a bit soon, and I could have maybe saved it for later. But what if I just go home and then I'm just gonna be so pissed because I didn't play it? Because, you know, I did pretty well in the auction, and from the info that Donnie gave our little group chat with me, him, Craig, and Moon, according to Gumby and the Dead, the other side, so, you know, like the pins, they think that me and Moonlight are like this power couple. So I was flabbergasted when I heard that, because what do you mean? Does that mean like I'm this threat? I really thought I wasn't that big of a threat. They think me and Moonlight are this power couple, and they don't want to work with us. That's what Donnie's saying, and you know, at this point, like, we all know that Donnie's sneaky. It's to be taken with a grain of salt. So, you know, I'm well aware that the plan will probably change a billion of times, but I'm pretty sure that Craig's not gonna go because he's gonna play an idol. And if like everything goes according to plan, the best case scenario would be that Nova goes. We think that Nova is like the strategic mind. You know, James more like the social threat. So yeah, so we are really gonna try to break this alliance from the inside. So we're gonna like force them to come after each other, because we're all gonna be immune except the four of them, and their real intention are gonna be revealing. I don't know, like I'm aware that maybe I shouldn't have played my safety without power, but there's a few things I need to consider. First thing is, like, I'm literally in New York right now and I don't have US data, so I can't even really participate tomorrow. So might as well just leave this council and have a stress-free day, you know. And you know, I'm hoping that this reduces my threat level as well, because I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, so maybe like people are gonna like kind of forget my name because I'm not eligible for any votes, so they're not going to be talking about me. So that's my game plan, and this is really getting intense. I love the chaos, and yeah.
And then something I thought about, like, on the drive home is that, like I've always aspired to be, like, an under-the-radar player. So far, not being successful at that, because every tribal I've been at, my name has been in the votes. Like, oh my god, like, oh my fucking god, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I need an org coach or some shit like that. Like I need someone to just, like, analyze what I've done, like, game-wise, and just, like, figure out how the fuck do I just get myself into these situations. I guess, like, I was a bit careless when I decided to throw Donnie's name out. And then this time around, when I decided to just, you know, hey, fuck it, tell Blue, like, the whole bang plan, and expect him to keep his fucking mouth shut. So, like, I don't know, like, is it me personally? Like, is it 100% me, or is it, like, just what I've been surrounded with, like, what the situation is? I don't know. But, like, postseason, I have to, like, really reflect on, like, what would make a good under-the-radar player, because that's not me right now. No ma'am. No sir. I'm just getting lucky. Like, that's just my game strategy right now. It's just luck. Somehow, like, they still want me around, I guess, because, like, I don't know. I'm just that bitch that they can't get enough of and can't send a jury yet. I'm just kidding, but also not kidding at the same time. Yeah. Because, like, the winner of these orgs I've participated in, they've been pretty much, like, under the radar. And, I don't know. I just don't know how they do it, to be honest, because, like, I feel like I just need to have some kind of impact on, like, the game in some way, shape, or form. Like, and somehow I get fucking caught doing it, so I don't know. Anyways, that's just a thought I had driving home from work. See ya.
So, I'm just gonna give a little bit of an update. Pretty much, it sounds like Rosie is gonna be the vote here. I hope that's true, so I don't have to play my idol. If it's not true, then I don't know. I need to find out more information, because this feels way too quiet, and I don't like it.
Right now, we're near the end of the auction, and I think I know everything that was won. I know Moon and Blue won immunity. I know Donnie got nothing the first time, and the second time, he was able to visit the Island of the Dead and talk to some eliminated players, which is insane. So he relayed that back to me, Moon, and Vince, and gave us a little idea on how the game is viewed from their perspective. So they believe Nova, Callie, and James are a trio, which is true. They think Moon and Vince are a pair. They think Blue and Rosie are just, like, snakes. They think Daphne is a fourth wheel on that little group. And they think me and Donnie are chaotic lone wolves. So they really think I have no agency in this game. it's crazy that me and Moon orchestrated this whole thing, and all the blame goes on Rosie and Donnie, because they just have such a bad reputation. It's honestly fantastic. So I'm perfectly content being seen as I'm not doing anything, because if I do make it to the end, I have so much evidence to support that I was in the loop this whole time. Like, when I tell Gumby that Daphne, his number one ally, was the first person to leak this and indirectly sent him home, I think that is gonna blow his little mind. So, also, James managed to get a Break the Idol piece. And supposedly Blue does too. And I know Donnie had 2 idol pieces, but one got broken. And I know Moon has an idol and an idol piece. So the goal today is to get myself an idol. So I have a piece, Moon sent me a piece, and I have a 50% chance of getting the piece. It's between me and Rosie. But Rosie actually came to me and said that she is worried that Blue will break her idol piece. So she's offered to give it to me even if I don't get it. So I have an idol right there. And on top of that, me and Donnie have, I guess, a little final two since we're the quote-unquote outsiders. And he is even considering giving me his piece so that I can form an idol. So I could have an idol and a break a vote. And also, I just think it's crazy that 3 people trust me so much that they're willing to give me their idol pieces. And those aren't even necessarily my 3 closest allies. And also, I have this option now where if Donnie is shady and backtracks and doesn't give me his idol piece, and I have one from Rosie and Moon and have an idol already, I can go to James and say, I suspect Donnie has an idol piece. And then I break Donnie's idol, and James loses his break-a piece, and that's 2 more advantages out of the game. Then, other than Blue's idol piece, me and Moon should have all the advantages in the game that I am aware of.
Okay, so Craig did give me the option to be messy with the idol information stuff, but I can't do that. I already told myself, or not told myself, I confessionalized that I suck at being under the radar, and like I need to be more of that if I'm gonna. I feel like if I do that, I'll probably get farther a little bit, but you know, like, I don't know. But I think I should just lay off the fucking messiness for one tribal. Like, for one tribal. I mean, granted, I'm gonna get some attention with the idol play tonight, but you know, I gotta be classy about it, you know? Like, I can't just be messy, or else I'm just gonna get, like, a bitter jury against me. You know, if, like, I should even be thinking of that right now. So, yeah.
The last moments of a tribal is very, very intense. It's about 90 minutes to go, and it all seems to be going according to plan. Me and Craig, we did talk to Daphne. We told her that even though some votes might go in Rosie, she might have an idol, so we do need a backup vote, and she seems pretty happy, or at least okay that it's Nova, because at least it isn't her, at least it isn't Craig, even though we know that Craig is going to use an idol for that little extra protection, but you really never know, and we want to guarantee that he is safe, and I do believe Daphne will be safe after this. But it does seem to go according to plan. I do think James is also going to vote Nova, at least from what Craig had told me, and after speaking to Rosie, it does seem like she will be playing her idol, so those votes should be deflected back onto Nova and it will be a success. It's just very nerve-wracking in the moments coming up to Tribal, because I know that there can be a lot of last-minute shifts or changes, and I've seen it happen, and it has happened. I mean, even the Gumby vote was just, it was so crazy, but I do believe I do believe this is best. We need to take out a big threat, and me and Craig are getting really along with Daphne again, like the three of us. It really feels like we've got really good vibes today, and I'm really, really happy and really, really excited about that. It'll be interesting, and even in the tribe of 6 I'm in, nobody's really talking. Like, it's really, really weird, and I think it really says something, and I'm really waiting for someone to say something, but nobody really is. So I guess we'll see in the end how this really does play out, because I think it will be really, really interesting. I think it'll be way more chaos and way more crazy than what the last vote was, but I'm prepared. I'm very, very...
I'm just holding you. I'm being quiet because it's late at night. My husband is sleeping in the hotel room next door, and I'm just like in the back. So the live vote is coming in. I voted for Nova as a strategy because most people are voting for Rosie, so we want Rosie right now. But just in case she has some kind of idol pull, we have Nova, which I feel a little bad about, but like, we gotta do what we gotta do, and that's what Greg and Moonlight wanted to do. So let's see what's going on. Yep, Rosie said she'd like to play her idol. This is a real hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Rosie will not count. Craig's saying, hold up. James is saying, goddamn, fuck me turn. Like, I just on my phone. 666 is lighting. That's better. Craig also has an idol? Nova says, wait, Timmy. Craig has an idol, he's using it, it won't count. Nova saying, wait, also? Literally 4 people can vote right now, can get votes right now. Literally. What the fuck? Nova also had an idol? Okay, I might die tonight. This might be the end for me. Okay, I just told him I want to do something. I have an immunity piece. Why is she saying girl please? Like, shut the fuck up. Okay, I played my idol piece on myself because literally everybody and their fucking mother has immunity right now. This is the most ridiculous vote I've ever been a part of. I'm shaking. So I think that takes out 1 vote against me. James said, Timmy, I play my super idol? What the fuck is that? This is the most ridiculous vote I've ever seen. And I'm squatting in a hotel bathroom. I'm done. Like, I don't even know who anybody voted for at this point. Oh, James's thing isn't real. I literally got that idol piece like last night and I'm using it already because this is nonsense. Okay, Timmy is counting down. He's freaking everybody out. This is some bullshit. So, Moonlight can't get voted. Blue can't get voted. Nova can't get voted. Rosie can't get voted. I don't even know who's left. Craig can't get voted. I get 1 minus vote. It could really be me. It's so that leaves me, James, and Kaylee, I think? That's it. Oh my god, this is so fucking ridiculous. First vote. It's for Rosie, it doesn't count. Second vote. Hurry, Timmy, faster. Ugh, the files are like broken. Can I sit? I wish I had like some leverage. Okay. Second vote looks like Rosie doesn't count. Yeah, this is better. I'm sitting on a pillow. My heart is pounding. It's Rosie again. Doesn't count. Wow, everybody voted for Rosie. It's just like, who the fuck did Rosie vote for? Honestly, at this point. Wouldn't it be amazing if everyone that got voted for was immune and then nobody had to be voted out? It's Rosie again. Does not count. You were really nice and I wish you the best. I'll send you pics of my puppy post season. Oh, is that Moonlight? Or Kaylee? Or no? I don't know who's getting puppy. Yikes. That kind of tells her who it is. Like, she probably knows who it is. And she's like, oh shit, now I know. Nova does not count. This is the most wild tribal I've ever been a part of. Oh god, please don't let my name come up in any of these. I don't even know how many votes. I think 8 people get to vote. Yeah, 8 people get to vote. This is the 6th vote. Nova again. It doesn't count. 7th vote. James is messaging me on the side basically saying it's crazy. Nova doesn't count. Oh my god. Please don't. well, even if it's me, even if it's the 8th vote and it's me, like, it won't count. So that'll be fine. 1 vote left. And he does ... Imagine it's for Craig, says James. And it was for Nova. The last vote was for Nova, so what the fuck happens? Nobody got voted out. There was no votes. There was no votes. Okay, so I guess Rosie and whoever she aligned with voted for Nova, and then me and Moonlight, well, I guess Moonlight and Craig talked to Rosie and said vote Nova because we voted Nova as the backup if Rosie didn't get votes. Okay, Sage says, alright, Castaways, none of these votes count. I didn't get any votes, which is nice. I used my thing, but like whatever, I had to use the thing. My odds were so bad. My odds were atrocious. I mean, Craig used his thing and he had full immunity on it. Like, he used a full immunity idol and he didn't even get any votes. So here's what is going to happen. We're going to a revote. Anyone who has an idol played for them is still immune. I don't understand. This is some bullshit. So we're gonna revote. Craig is still immune. I'm so confused. Okay, I'm messaging James. I'm like, so is Craig and Nova and Rosie still immune? Fuck us. This is the dumbest fucking shit. The update is Sage is saying we have 24 hours to revote. Literally only myself, Kaylee, and James can get votes. Donnie and Vinny still can't vote because they're still out of the game for this round. I'm so sorry if you can hear the fan. Oh, it just stopped. Wow. Thank you, fan. So basically, me, James, and Kaylee are the only ones that can get votes. Donnie and Vinny are still out for this round, so they can't vote. Everybody else can vote. So that's 8 votes between 3 people. Like, my odds were bad already. Before this happened. Now my odds are atrocious. Okay, so I told Kaylee I'm gonna vote... I told James I'm gonna vote Kaylee, and I just told Kaylee I'm gonna vote James. Like, just don't vote for me. You know what I mean? Okay, Sage just clarified that I'm up for voting against, but that my idol piece still works. So essentially, Daphne will be 1 vote, minus 1 vote going into this. The first vote will not count. And I was gonna be like, if I get any votes, but I don't want to be a cocky asshole because some people will be mad and vote me anyway. So I'm not gonna do that. Have some restraint. That's all I got for now. I'll catch you in the next 24 hours because this shit is crazy. I'm gonna figure this shit out. Some bonus content. This is me here sitting in bed. This is what we're dealing with. I'm sitting on like a pillow and a blanket from the closet. Good night.
Girl, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I just played an idol on myself and almost saved myself from being blindsided again. I'm shaking right now. I'm like so fucking shaking. Like, I can't believe I just played an idol on myself and I saved myself from being voted out. Like, this bitch is not going home tonight. This bitch is not going home tonight. It wouldn't make sense for me to, like, not use my idol. Because, like, I would have been a stupid ass if I didn't. Because, okay, now I have to worry about who I'm gonna vote for. Because I am not... The only person I have to vote for is Daphne. Because I'm loyal to James and Kaylee. If I go back on my loyalty on those two, I lose their vote. I lose their jury vote. Because I can tell that both of them are jurors that would rather see someone loyal win at the end instead of someone that backstabs them. So it would have been criminal for me to, like, not play my idol. And I don't know why Craig played his idol, even though he's been a decoy vote last time, it wasn't gonna happen because that was Gumby's doing, not my doing. I just pretty much said yes to whatever Gumby wanted. That's why I wanted to vote him out. Because, well, he was already giving me shady vibes, like, after the Snowy vote, when he started to, like, kind of act a little like he was, like, trying to gas me up and gas up others that was close to him. And it almost seems too strategic for him to, like, kind of not do that, because I saw right through it. He was trying to butter everyone up so that way when he gets to the end, everyone can vote for him to win. And I saw right through that. He was already a social threat. So, I don't know. I'm gonna have to vote for Daphne, and I don't want to, because I like her a lot. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to hurt her, as she's already been hurt before, and I don't know. This is gonna be so hard, because this is now putting me in a difficult position to where, do I vote for one of the two people that are close to me, or do I vote for someone that is close to me but has been working on the other side? Like, I don't know. This is so hard. This is so difficult, and I don't know what to do. By the love of the children of Eden, please pray for me, and I hope I at least survive a few more rounds.
Alright, so Kaylee, myself, and James were the only people up for elimination. Kaylee, being the sweetest soul on this entire planet, was like heartbroken that me and James were at such high risk for being eliminated. She really likes both of us. Obviously, we really like her too. And she decided to sacrifice herself and was like, and just told the tribe, like, yo, just vote for me. Like, I really don't want James and Daphne to, like, get voted out. So that was the sweetest thing. And really sad. I wanted, I told her, like, you don't have to do that. Like, if you want to fight for it, like, let's just play it fair and square. And she's like, no, like, I can't do it. So thank you, Kaylee, for sacrificing yourself so we could stay in the game a little bit longer. You're a real one.
Hey everybody, welcome to my last confessional. Last night went absolutely bananas. Everyone played their immunity idol, so basically we had to do a revote, and that will be taking place tonight. And because of all the people playing their immunity idols and those who have won them already from the challenge, basically only 3 people can be voted on for this revote, which happens to be James, Daphne, and myself. To be completely and utterly honest with you all, this is the worst situation that ever could have happened for me and my game. James and Daphne are probably my favorite people in the whole group and my strongest alliances, and it was heartbreaking to see that it was just between us 3. So last night I did a lot of thinking, a lot of, self, whatever you want to call it, assessment, I guess, I don't know. But basically, I've come to the conclusion that personally, I don't want to see either of them go home. And so much so that I would rather go home than see either of them go home. And that's for multiple reasons. The first reason is I honestly feel pretty bad still about betraying Snowy. I know that he would have betrayed me, and that he did kind of betray me and my trust through the leaks of the alliances, but still, it still hurt to do that. And because of how much that hurt, I couldn't even imagine the hurt of knowingly sending them home when I have the power to do something about it. So after thinking about that last night and this morning, I messaged both the general chat and like the small 6 alliance that I had on the side, and basically was like,
honestly, Daphne and James are my favorite people in the game, and I would much rather myself go home than see either of them go home. And I'm not doing that for a strat, I'm not doing that for anything other than basic truth is that I don't think I can emotionally handle seeing either of them go home and still being here. And honestly, I just wouldn't want to play without either of them. And I don't see a lot of opportunities in these kind of games ever to really go out honorably and in a way that helps people that I care about, even if it's just for this round. So I'd rather go out and, help them one step further to the end game and help them as much as I can from the other side than stay here and knowingly know that I could have done something to ensure they stayed, and I decided not to because I was selfishly wanting to stay instead. And that might sound weird for a game like this, but the idea of betrayal and lies and deceit has never set well with me. And after what happened with Snowy, it really opened my eyes, and it made me realize that even if it costs me my game, I'd rather continue on without any more betrayal, without any more lies or deceit, because me personally, I just don't want to do that anymore because it really hurt my heart. And yes, I know it's a game and I know it doesn't really matter, but that's how I feel. And I have the chance to exit this game gracefully, with honor, and with assisting the people I care about without having to lie or betray anymore, so I'm gonna take it. And I'm hoping everyone respects my wishes and votes for me, and hopefully my sacrifice will help Daphne and James stay in the game, even if it's just a little bit longer. So that's why I said this was my last confession, because unless something absolutely crazy happens or the people ignore my request, I guess, I don't see myself continuing on. But that is 100% fine with me. I'm honestly so proud to even made it to the top 10. I'm okay with bowing out now if that means those two can continue on and I don't have to betray anyone else. I already told Daphne that I voted for her because I had to vote for someone and I couldn't vote for myself. I tried, it can't happen. And that was really just because she played an idol piece before Tribal, so that will carry on. So technically my vote should be null. So that's my hope. We will see. I'm not gonna lie, it does sadden me a little bit to already be leaving. I really wanted to keep playing, but overall I'm more content with this decision than I would have been if I saw either of them leave. So yeah, do I think I could have made it further? 100%. I think there was people in here that were definitely on their route to go home and they got saved by this challenge and the rewards and advantages they got during this challenge. But, I'm interested to see how this plays out. Ideally, Nova, James, and Daphne will be the top 3, and one of those 3 will be the winners. Hopefully, I can do everything I can from the other side to help them achieve that. But yeah, I just want to say, my last remarks, I guess you could say, is I had an amazing time playing. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to play. And I'm really proud that I made it this far and I'm able to do this last thing. So I can bow out in a good way, which I don't think is really available a lot. So I'm really grateful that, in the light of everything that happens, I get to bow out gracefully and honorably. And I don't have to lie or betray or deceive anybody else. So for me, that is just amazing, honestly. So the last thing I'm gonna say is gonna be super cheesy, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And that is, for all you that are still playing in the game, James, Nova, and Daphne especially, may the odds be ever in your favor.